Can y'all please introduce yourselves?
Okay. I'm Jasmine Bush. It's my husband.
Paul Bush.
Yep. And we're the creators of a children's book called I Am an American Too. Kayla learns the meaning of American pride.
Okay. Uh, so,
Mhm.
what brought y'all into doing this book?
Okay. Well, actually, I'm the author. My husband's the illustrator. So it was written maybe a few years ago. Uh, it's about a little girl from Brooklyn who just goes on a day trip with her mom to the park, and her mom gives her something special that day, and it's a book about history, and so I guess what prompted that is uh, I'm actually from Brooklyn as well, so it's not based on myself, but it's just a story that I think every child can enjoy. It tells us a little bit about uh, the people and the folks who have come before us, and it's just an all around good book that I think that kids will enjoy.
Okay. So you said it isn't based
Mhm.
upon yourself. So
No.
where did the
Mhm.
inspiration come from?
The inspiration actually it comes from a lot of folks that I've seen growing up, Brooklyn. Not, I'm sorry, I guess it's not myself, but a lot of dancers, artists, poets, different people that I guess have that I've met in the past. Um, Also, the book centers around entrepreneurism, um, creators, artists, scientists, a lot of different people who are in American history. So it's based on that, a lot of the accomplishments um, that have been contributed into American history.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
is American history something that
Mm-hmm.
is your background or?
Mm-hmm. No, I just think it's something that's needed right now in this day and age. Just for learning, I think imagination is the foundation of everything in being a child, and history we have to learn from those who come before us and their accomplishments, and I think that's the spark and the inspiration for children today to do what they do.
Okay. Now let me ask you, because
Mm-hmm.
the visual is
Mm-hmm.
everything. So
Mm-hmm.
so you illustrated.
Mm-hmm.
What was your thought process after you read it and decided to put the visual to it?
Well, I just really wanted to capture what Jasmine had visualized as far as representing a little girl of culture, as far as our travels and pretty much highlighting what, contributions people have made from George Washington Carver to we even have Flojo, different people to show little kids what we've contributed. And that was really the main thing. And then aside from coming up with the whole visual aspect, because what I did is I painted each one on canvas from scratch. They were actually hand done. So each page in the book is painted. So we, incorporated Brooklyn as far as the parks and different things that contribute to the actual look to different people that we wanted to kind of give a little insight into. You know what I mean? To give kids more than just Mary McLeod Bethune and just the basics, because they see all that all the time. Not to downplay that, but to show them the past and the present, to give them more of a idea of what's really going on and what they can aspire to be and beyond.
Okay. So basically, say if you was to take the words out
Mm-hmm.
when you was doing those illustrations, could you turn to the page looking at the pictures and it kind of still tell the story?
Yeah, you definitely could.
Okay. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what.
Definitely.
So y'all really made a real bond
Yep.
across the board.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and like Paul was saying, it's a take on history, uh, but also within this generation of entrepreneurs, people that we see every day, folks you might see on Shark Tanks, folks you might see one of their programs. We have people who are producers for this generation. Um, I would say radio producers, TV producers. So it's and entrepreneurs. So it's more than just the scientists, the abolitionists, and all that. But we're trying to just incorporate uh, the newer generation into American history. And like I believe people of color have contributed so much to history. So it's not just, when we wrote this book, it's not Black history, it's American history, which I believe is one and the same. So that's really the forefront, and we can all learn so much from our shared history. So it's a book for everyone, for all nationalities, all ethnicities, everyone. And we're also working on a 2D animation series, sort of like Dora. And Kayla's going to be traveling to different places with her friends and also with her little dog, and she's going to be going to the 50 states, learning fun facts about that state, as well as learning things about American history, and the people of that state. So that's what we're working on now. So we're trying to incorporate her and make her into a household name, get her into the school systems, get her into merchandise, and get her into the 2D animation series.
Okay. Now the series, are you the one designing the series?
No, we're definitely doing a third party for that. I just actually did all the actual canvases and the original artwork from it.
Right, and it's good because a lot of things are based now from graphic design and a lot of generated design, and this is all paint. So it's all based from paint. It's all based from canvas work. Paul's a great illustrator, so he's done a lot of different things. So we've taken those canvases and just scaled them down and put it with the story. So it's also showing kids that illustrations, artwork, writing, all these organic things are really great, along with technology. But we still have to gravitate back towards reading, writing, art, all things that are creative within us. So basically, all of that is incorporated into Kayla, and of course, just her days out in Brooklyn. It's a regular story, so it showcases Brooklyn a lot. But Brooklyn, with any town, you know what I mean. This is for everyone. So it's about just everyday learning of a child who just happens to be from a small neighborhood in Brooklyn, and her friends.
Okay, so do you have a publisher for the book, or?
Yeah, it's being published right now through Amazon, but we actually have we're working on a private publisher as well. But it's sold to Amazon, so you can buy it. I'm an American, oh boy, on Amazon, and it's available. It's available in a Kindle book, ebook, and as well as paperback books.
Okay, so is this the only book that y'all are currently pushing, or you have others? Or?
Right now, yes. Well, we're working on a series involving Kayla's friends, so of different nationalities, to tell their stories. So in an American story, so Americans, we have just and the reason I use Brooklyn, I guess, too, is because it's just so many different cultures there in that particular borough. So we have different friends of Korean heritage, Italian heritage, Puerto Rican heritage, Honduran, everyone. We just want to just represent every little piece of American history, and then just give their everyday story, and also learning their history. So it's really a history book, bottom line, and it's just a shared story for all of us to learn from. And it's a really great, so very colorful, and it's for children to capture their imaginations, and hope, from what I've heard from a lot of little kids who've read it, they like the story, and that's the bottom line. Just as long as they learn something and they enjoy the story.
Okay. So y'all been getting a real good reception from the book, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
What about from the schools, or have there been any schools pick it up or anything yet, or?
Well, that's what I'm in the works with that right now. So hopefully, I want it to be an option as a curriculum book, because it's a lot of different red tape with that. It's a lot with that, and I actually work for a public school system as well, so I know the intricacies of what you can and can't get in. Just slide into curriculum. But as far as a book that is an option to buy, we're trying to get that as a option in all school districts.
So and it's wild that you just said that. With the different politics with the school situation, it's like they're hiding a lot of the culture that is not being heard.
Yes.
So how and since you said you work, so how important do you think it is to have it back into the school?
Very important. It's important. You have to see someone who looks like you. And it can be someone who does not look like you, but you need to hear the story. We need to see the truth. We need to appreciate each other. We need to appreciate each other's cultures and our contributions. And it's very important, like I said, because imagination is the first spark for a child. That's the foundation for your life, is your imagination, where you can see yourself going. So Kayla is a great story for that, and that nurtures that. So it's very important for school-age children. And Kayla, she represents maybe around 7 to 8 year old child, but it's a good story for even an adult to read.
Okay. I'm just curious. What is the name? Where did you become Kayla?
I'm not sure with that. The little girl, the actual model that we use, a friend of ours' daughter. Her name was, what was her name? It was close to Kayla.
It
was like, yeah, it was a name that was similar to Kayla, and we just went with that. She embodied what Kayla was when we saw her. I'm like, that is her. But I didn't have a name when I first wrote the story. But when I saw her, I'm like, Kayla, and that was it. So we just saw the little girl who actually posed for the portraits, actually, because like I said, they started out as 24-inch canvases.
24-inch blank canvases.
Blank canvases. So this was all his vision. I told him what my vision was, and he took it and he created her.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So if people want to know, a little bit more about the book and things like that, how can they reach out to y'all?
Kayla, the Brooklyn Girl 1, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also Paul Bush, actually Future Illustrations artwork on Facebook as well. She's featured there as well. And also, I'm sorry, Amazon, Amazon.com. I'm an American, oh boy, oh boy. She's there, her story is there, and it's available paperback, Kindle, and Kindle ebook.
Okay. Can you hold up so people can actually see what the book looks like?
Yeah. And have a lot of different, maybe open up the pages. So just, and just some of her, reading her story. And like I said, and it's a quick read. Just a 9-page illustrative read, but it's packed with information in those 9 pages, and it's a quick read. And I think this is good for children to keep their attention span, and they get a lot of the knowledge really that they need. And my whole thing is too, a lot of us, we have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience to share, but to me it doesn't make a difference unless we pass it on to the next generation. So if we don't do that, I don't feel that I've done my job personally.
Okay. And what age group would you say your book is?
I would say 5 to 13. But adults as well, parents who buy that, it's really a lot of good information in here. So you can definitely learn as well, the parents too. So I think anything that you teach your children, I think I would want to read as well and find out certain things, because you may learn something that you didn't know. So it's all ages really.